Hi, my name is Nicole Ferrer. I'm 28 years old, and I'm currently a student at San Diego City College working towards my BA in music, and today I'm going to talk about my work history. My first job was at the age of 16 at McDonald's. Basically, my dad drove me there, dropped me off, and told me to get a job if I wanted to get my license because I'd have to pay for my own gas and car maintenance and insurance. Although I didn't necessarily choose to work there, my experience at McDonald's would really set the tone for all of my future jobs. I started at 16, and by the time I was 18, I was promoted to manager, and I accomplished this by being proactive and learning as much as I could about every aspect of the job. So I was always asking what I could learn, what I could do, and how I could grow and develop. So as a manager, I knew how to open and close the store, including cleaning and closing down the grill at the end of the night, counting the safe and tills, training new employees, and tracking progress in their training for the employees. I left McDonald's during my first semester at FDSU due to scheduling changes that I did not agree to and could not commit to due to my work schedule. I found a job working at a women's clothing boutique in La Jolla. This was a small store, and due to the commute and family obligations, I was motivated to find a job that would better suit my needs. I then started to work at Old Navy, and I really flourished here, especially due to the support of my store manager, who recognized my work ethic and gave me more hours and more projects to work on. Within 1 year, I was promoted to cash handler, and again, this was due to being proactive. I was constantly asking what I could learn and how else I could help. As a cash handler, I was responsible for counting down tills and the safe, either at opening or closing, depending on your shift. I was also responsible for training new employees and managing the floor during managers' meetings. Around the time of my promotion, I was also active in other departments, specifically visual merchandising and signage. So I was one of the few employees that was fully trained in not only cash handling and all aspects of the retail floor, but also in stocking, visual merchandising, and signage. So again, being proactive really helped my career goals there. But I eventually decided to leave and find another job, but I made the mistake of not planning for that. So this is where we see how important career planning and development really is. And I learned this firsthand because I left a stable job without any thought into what would happen next. After a few months, I started working at Starbucks. I worked there briefly, but I was unhappy with the work environment and the work culture and felt that there wasn't enough room for growth there. I then started to work at Blockbuster, and again, growth and development was slow due to the work culture. While I was at Blockbuster, my mom sent my resume to her former manager and a family friend who was working at Cal Western Reconveyance Corporation, and I was essentially hired there without having to interview. So all of a sudden, I was very lucky because all of a sudden, a job with 40 hours a week, a $4 an hour pay raise, and benefits was dropped into my lap. So I took advantage of that opportunity. And needless to say, it was terrifying because this was the first office job I had ever had, the first real professional environment I had been in. I never, I didn't know how to use Microsoft Office. I knew nothing about real estate or foreclosures or anything, and that's what this company was a foreclosure company. Although I felt conflicted about the work that we were doing. Again, I was proactive and I was in constant contact with my managers, supervisors, and my coworkers, asking questions and doing as much as I could to understand what we were doing, how it works, what else I could learn. I jumped in and helped in almost every department there to help with their workload, and in doing so, that helped me to learn everything that I possibly could. So it was a very well-rounded experience. Within 2 years, a position was created specifically for my skill sets, and I was promoted to work in our legal department, which was also scary, but I had a lot of support from the people in that department, and I learned a lot. Part of what I learned at this job was how to manage stress because it was incredibly fast-paced and a stressful environment. So I worked there in the legal department for another 2 years, and ultimately the nature of our work was very conflicting, and I felt that I needed to find a line of work that did not make me feel so bad. Um, so I applied twice and eventually was hired on to the Gerson Institute, which is where I work now, and that is a nonprofit organization that does education and training for the Gerson therapy, which is a non-toxic natural treatment for cancer and chronic diseases. Every job comes with its challenges, and this one does as well, but this is by far the most rewarding job that I've ever had because on a day-to-day basis, I can connect with people and know in my heart that we're really helping them in some way. So I've worked here at the Institute for a little over 2 years, and again, being proactive and asking a lot of questions and learning as much as I could and constantly volunteering. I've had quite a few pay raises and have taken on quite a few responsibilities within my short time there. Uh, so thank you very much for your time.